talking real estate right here on Real Estate Talk Boston, joined by top professional up in the Arlington area, just west of the city, Steve McKenna from Bose Real Estate. Thanks for stopping by, Steve.
Thanks for having me, bud.
You've been doing this for a long time, seen a lot of different markets. What's going on right now in that Arlington area? Here, inventory is a real struggle.
It's low, and you know, the honest answer is people are dying to get into the real estate market everywhere. And when you think of it, not just Arlington, but the greater Boston area, values are always going to hold true, and people always want to be living here. And I've said for years, you know, unless BC, BU, Harvard, Tufts, Mass General Hospital, all these places go out of business, we're insulated. So people are coming in for college, they're coming in here for all their jobs and work, and they want to live in the area. And Arlington just has to be one of the hottest communities because of its accessibility and its affordability compared to some of the communities around us.
Absolutely. We got to keep that bean pot thing going, right? I know you're a hockey guy.
yeah, big time.
So when it comes to the inventory, it's amazing because there was actually a recent article in Curbed, and you were mentioned, it was a big deal. We were joking about it earlier. Really, just a listing came on. That's how tight it is.
Yeah. Right now, I mean, you know, it's February and we've had some great weather, right? But we could have a blizzard outside. Normally in my market for the past 30 years, we'd have 30, 40 homes for sale. In the town of Arlington, there's 6 homes for sale right now. That's it for the entire town. And last year, you know, the height of the market, we typically have 90 to 100 single-family homes. In May and June, there were 32. So prices are increasing, people are staying in their homes, a lot of people are just staying there and renovating, so there's a lack of inventory because everybody wants to have this, what I define as a European urban lifestyle. They want a great home, small but convenient to work, they can walk to the stores, walk to the shops, and that's what they're looking for. They don't want to go beyond the $128,000, $495,000 right now, at least these young kids.
Sure, and that's tough to come by in a lot of markets. Arlington really offers all of those things that you just said.
It does, and you know, when you think of it from a demographic standpoint, we have all these millennials, as we call them, and you know, they've been in the city, they're paying huge rent, and now they're trying to look at areas of, okay, we're starting a family, do we want to rent, do we want to buy? And they don't want to go beyond, you know, enjoying their lifestyle. Everything's about a lifestyle for them now. They want to be close to everything. So, and Arlington offers that. Restaurants, shops, hockey, the bike path, but the accessibility into Boston and Cambridge.
To that point, there are a lot of towns just outside Boston proper that are really tough to get into for those millennials, just due to the price points. Is Arlington easier to get into?
It's easier than Cambridge, Winchester, Lexington, and Belmont, but it's getting expensive like everything is. What's happening is you have a lot of the first-time buyer homes that typically you'd have a young couple buying, but developers are buying them, renovating them, and then selling them for over $1 million. So our average sales price last year increased from about $720,000 to 2017, they went up to almost $840,000 for the average single-family price home. So in today's market, it's still affordable, but in the relative things, you know, most of these young buyers, they want the house that's completely brand new and renovated because they don't want to do renovations. They work hard and they want to enjoy their house. And that's what's working in the marketplace right now.
So for the person out there that's thinking about selling, let's say in the next 24 months, and has been in their home for 20, 30 years, raising a family, it usually becomes a little outdated. Is that something that they should look into now? Should they make renovations or wait, sell it as is, but just maybe jump on the horse a little bit sooner due to the fact that the market is starving for inventory?
It's a great question. And when I meet with sellers all the time, and that's my forte, I represent mostly sellers, I have buyer agents that are on my team, is I'm sitting down with the homeowner and trying to look, is there anything that we can do that will enhance the value of their home without them going crazy? And in some situations, it's stripping the wallpaper, ripping up the rugs. On a rare occasion, maybe we do the kitchen over, and that will get them, you know, exponentially a huge number of dollars above the asking price. I was telling you about something earlier too. We can talk about that, but you know, people are bidding on houses that are in mint condition. They want them.
Yeah, let's talk about that for a second. You just recently had an interesting situation where inventory is low, right? And a lot of people think that they can just throw a sign out in front of the house and do it themselves. I think you have a great example here of why it benefits to work with a real estate agent.
Yeah, and you know, I've said it, and it sounds like a sales pitch, but it really isn't. The truth is that I've always said in my industry, with all respect to my industry, any idiot, any person can put a open house sign out there and hold an open house. That's not what you're hiring a broker for. You're hiring an agent to do an effective marketing campaign to create as much competition as possible. We had this lovely couple that decided last fall they wanted to sell their home themselves. They heard the market was great. They didn't think they needed a broker. They put it in the market and they had one offer. And it wasn't an offer that they were happy with. So they had contacted me and a member of my team, Mike. We worked with them, put together an effective marketing plan, staged the house a little bit. They did a beautiful job renovating the house years ago, prime location. So we put the house on the market and we ended up getting multiple offers, and it sold for tens of thousands of dollars over asking price. I mean, close to hundreds of thousands of dollars over asking price. It was an amazing price.
That's a big deal, and that's a great story.
It is.
For the person out there that's thinking you can do it yourself, is a benefit to working with the right person, a true professional in their market like yourself.
Get a local broker, get a local person that understands the community, the town, because you're not just selling the house, you're selling the whole town. You're selling the neighborhood, you're selling the school districts. And that's what buyers are looking for. They're looking to know, because of their lifestyle, they want to make sure it meets their lifestyle. It's just not about the house anymore. It's about everything for their kids, their accessibility to work. Can they walk to Whole Foods or some of the stores? They're looking for quality of life right now.
Now, you've been selling real estate up in that area for over 30 years now. I'm interested to get your take. There are people out there that are saying that the real estate game, not necessarily the right way to invest your money. More people are renting, prices are sky high. Maybe you just rent, and the younger generation isn't buying cars. They're not going to buy houses.
Yeah, you know.
Where do you see that? Where do you see that going?
We hear that a lot, and it's an interesting situation. But there's a couple of stories that I have to look at. I bought my first property when I was 21 actually. I paid 18.5% interest rate, and my father thought I was crazy. But 3 years later, I sold that property and bought 2 other properties, and that got me into a nice position. What I'm looking at now is you've got these young couples that are very well-to-do. They're making good money. They're hardworking. They've been living within the city, but they're paying huge rents. When they're coming into our town, or to almost any town, when they look at their mortgage, the cost of the mortgage is less than what the rent is. That's the first thing. The other thing is...
Which is a key point, by the way.
Huge key point. And you're getting the tax deductions, you're getting all the benefits, but you're getting ownership. I just spoke to a woman today, as a matter of fact, that she has been in her home, and she's owned the home for over 32 years, and she's refinanced it 3 times, put 3 kids through school. She's now ready to sell the house, and she still has a huge nest egg to retire from. If you're renting, you're never going to see that opportunity. Property is a great investment for a long term. It's a great opportunity to have good quality of life for your family. And you know, if you're paying $3,000 a month rent, you're not going to see any benefits from that over the years. It's just gone. So I think buying is still the best key. And as you know, interest rates are still at the lowest point they've been for years.
And in a market right now where we are seeing interest rates trend up a bit, but still, they're pretty close to all-time lows. And I always tell people, if you're so sensitive about the market moving, and the Dow's doing some crazy things right now, and seeing rates go up 0.25%, 0.5%, a point, you got to look big picture. You can always refinance.
Long term, you can always refinance. Don't ever let the interest rates predict if you're going to buy a property or not buy a property. Get your feet wet, get into the real estate market, invest into your family, invest into long term, that you've got a property that's going to help you out later on. And you're going to need that property later on so your kids have a place to live after they finish college so they can move back home.
Great information. And if you're looking to move out of the city or closer to the city in the Arlington area and would like to reach out to Steve and his team directly, you can go to yourhomeforsale.com.
Yourhomeforsale.com.
Steve, thanks for stopping by.
Pleasure. Nice talking to you.
Remember, this is Real Estate Talk Boston right here on boston.com.